Hey, did you know Trevor and Jay host a radio show?
Wait, Trevor and Jay host a radio show?
I heard Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Trevor and Jay host a radio show?
Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Trevor and Jay are hosting a radio show?
Trevor and Jay
Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Trevor and Jay.
Trevor and Jay host a
Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Trevor and Jay host a radio show?
All right. Hey, welcome to Trevor and Jay host a radio show. Our guest today is Chewbacca.
Sorry, I'm washing my mouth and spitting it out on the floor.
Oh, good. Good.
Well, good afternoon.
That's what we like here at Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Welcome to our final broadcast. No, I'm kidding. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on this cold Monday
Cold.
afternoon.
You know what's a little annoying?
That I keep calling the clear evening the afternoon.
Well, actually, no, yeah, that. I mean,
Yep.
about the sun, like, going down.
Am I being
so
fired?
fast.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Oh,
What's
no.
what's annoying?
I've been meaning to talk to you.
You're fired.
It's NJ host a radio show.
It's got a ring to it.
The radio show? NJ. No, yeah, I can't, like, hear myself through my headphones.
That's annoying.
Right?
I can hear yourself through my headphones.
Well, that's good.
If that's any consolation.
A little bit of
No,
consolation.
actually, my headphones seem a little like tinny.
Tinny?
I've got a tinny sound.
Oh, well.
I'm going to take them off.
Yeah?
I'm not using them.
I should take them off, too.
It's too hot in here.
Good old winter.
Now we're off the air. We can say whatever we want now that we don't have headphones on.
No, yeah, that's how it works.
So
anyways.
Hey, I feel like, don't you feel like once you take the headphones off, you're not on the air? I feel like we're talking
a little bit
now, like we were just before we started the show.
I might put them back on in a little bit. We'll see.
I might also.
We used to do shows without headphones on
now
sometimes.
I sweat a lot, so any excuse to take anything off of
Your person?
off of my person is it's good for everyone.
You should put the mic a little bit closer to you. Just 'cause it moves the pop filter closer.
How's that?
Yeah, say stuff again.
Hey, I'm saying stuff again.
Yeah, cool. Oh,
Awesome. So,
well,
how's your week?
hey, I like your jacket.
I like it too. It's actually my girlfriend's dad's.
Really?
Yeah.
How does he feel about this?
I don't know, and I'm going to give it back to him when I go to her house tonight.
Does he know that you have it?
I don't know, and I didn't mean to take it from the house, and then I accidentally did.
Well.
So he's been coatless for weeks. No, I'm kidding.
How did you accidentally take the jacket?
Well, I borrowed it, and then I had been using Jen's van a lot because I've been checking out a lot of equipment for my advanced class, and I got hot in her van, so I took it off in her van and then like left it in there, and I was using her van for like a week, and then I was cold, and I put it on, brought it to my room here, and then, one thing led to another, and it's mine now.
Well,
so
congrats.
Hey, thank you. I'm going to put these back on.
Happy birthday. Yeah, I'm going to put mine back on too.
Even though you can't hear out of them?
Oh, man, now we're back on the show. Maybe I can. Maybe it's an illusion. I don't know.
Nah.
I'm used to it now.
So, how's your week been? What have you been doing?
My week.
Sorry, everyone. I'm going to have a snack.
You know what? I'm also going to have a snack.
Jay and I both brought food for ourselves.
We're having a snack off right now. What did you bring?
I brought cheese and grapes and crackers.
Ooh. Can
Fancy.
I hear what that cheese sounds like?
Yeah, hold on. It's crunchy cheese. Oh, no, that's Jay's granola bar. Here's my cheese sound. Here, wait, you want to hear a grape crack?
Mm-hmm. That was nice.
Oh, you're welcome. So...
A granola bar was a bad choice.
Was it?
It's so crunchy.
Oh, true. That's the worst kind of audio food.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Well, You want me to talk about my week?
Yeah, sure.
My week.
And then I'll make up stuff for mine.
My week. Yeah, Jay didn't have a week.
I've been in the station ever since.
Oh yeah, and by the way, sorry about last week not having a show. I ended up having a really busy schedule, so we had to cancel.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah, and an aneurysm. But I'm back in action. So my week has been very busy because I've been working on my advanced film, which is my thesis project, which is really important. So this weekend we got about half of it done. Mm-hmm. Well, not this weekend. Between this past weekend, not this past one before. Between that weekend and this weekend, we got about halfway through our film.
That's really good.
We wrapped on 2 of our actors, so we're fully done shooting with 2 of them.
Are those the main 2 characters? Or?
No, those are the not main characters. Those the people we wrapped with play the parents of our main character.
Gotcha. I suppose it wouldn't make sense if you were halfway through the film and you finished filming with your 2 main actors.
So you want me to talk about the film a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
So we're shooting
I want all the spoilers.
We're shooting a film called Escape to the World, and it follows the story of a 10-year-old girl named Annie who breaks her grandmother out of a nursing home.
Who breaks her grandmother
in half. Or just breaks her grandmother.
Yep. Do you think we could disqualify a film right now if we just gave away everything about it? Probably not.
I mean, I pretty much just did. I just told you the major plot point. But
fair enough.
So it's it's a 10-minute college film. So
yeah.
It's easy to spoil. We filmed 3 scenes so far. We filmed our first scene, which takes place in a park, and it's a moment between the grandmother and the granddaughter, and they're just hanging out at the park, and the grandmother's reading a story to the granddaughter. The granddaughter's bored, and she's like, "Hey, Gram, can you tell me some more stories about when you were a pilot?" And Gram tells her a story, and then they leave the park. So that's the first scene. We shot that in 3 hours, not this weekend, but last weekend.
What's the story that she says?
She talks about how she was one of the first women pilots in the Air Force.
Oh, dang.
And she talks about
PTSD.
how liberating it felt and all the people she killed. But
and how liberating that was.
No, but she talks about how liberating it was to be a woman pilot, and how it was the closest she could get to being a bird and all that sappy stuff.
Oh,
and
that's really cool.
So they do that, and then they go back to the house. And this past weekend, we filmed all of the scenes at the house. So they go back to their house, and you find out that the grandmother lives with the granddaughter and her family. So the grandmother lives at her son's house. So
okay.
Annie, the granddaughter's father. So they go home, and they walk in on a fight between the parents about how they can't have the grandmother continue to live at the house. Mm-hmm. And then the granddaughter, hears all this, and she gets sad. She storms up to her room, and it leaves the grandmother, and then the dad follows, the granddaughter up to the room to, talk to her about why this has to happen and stuff. And then the mother and the grandmother are left together, and the mother's really the one pushing for her to go to the nursing home. Mm-hmm. And the reason we decided to have a moment between the mother and the grandmother is because originally the script did never have them together. There was not a scene where the mother and the grandmother were just together one-on-one. Mm-hmm. And because the mother's the one that's pushing for the grandmother to be there, conflict. It made it so that the mother seemed kind of wicked. So we decided to throw in a moment.
Awesome.
Yeah,
wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome. But we decided to put in a moment where you can tell that the mother really does love the grandmother also. Yeah. So Annie storms up to her room, her dad follows her, the grandmother and the mother are left alone, and the mother's like, I'm sorry, And the grandmother is like, I understand, blah, blah, blah. So we put that in so the mother had a redeeming quality, so you didn't just hate the mother.
That's good.
So we filmed that. We filmed a bunch of scenes at the house, and this weekend we're going to be shooting at the nursing home. And yeah, so we shot 2 days at the house this weekend.
Trevor, that's an act of terror. shooting at the nursing home?
I'm not gonna say the name of the nursing home because I don't want to lose it. So we filmed 2 days at the house this weekend, and it was from about 2 to 10:30 each day for the crew. The actors weren't there that whole time, but we were working from 2 to 10:30 for both days.
Wow.
And we got a lot done though, and
That's awesome.
It's looking really good. So
I'm excited.
So that was
you
a-
have something that you'll show me after?
yeah, I have I'm going to show Jay the rough cut of the first scene when we get off the air.
Nice.
So
Cool.
But yeah,
And then I'll upload that to YouTube illegally.
so that's pretty much all I did this week. Actually, you know what was great?
What?
Jen and I this weekend had a day where we just didn't do anything. Like
Nothing?
the first day that we have had in a long time where we didn't have any plans. We woke up at like 10, which was, it's sad that 10 is like sleeping in, you know. But we got up at 10, we made breakfast, we watched a movie.
Ate some good bread.
I had a few beers, and then you just hung out.
Nice.
And it was nice not to be doing anything, because every weekend Jen and I end up being busy doing something.
Yeah.
So, which we were, because she's actually the production assistant on this film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's exciting.
Tomorrow I'm going to the nursing home to do a pre-light.
What does that mean? Just like
Setting
testing
up,
out
setting
lights?
up the lights and the camera. Just making sure everything's going to go how we think it will.
Yeah.
And then any kinks that we have tomorrow, we'll know to prepare for when we actually go to shoot this weekend.
Gotcha.
So.
That's cool.
Yeah. What about your week? I'm going to eat my snack.
Well, one of the things I did was I finished watching the second season of Stranger Things. Do you watch Stranger Things?
I am so close. I'm so close to starting. I just haven't done it yet.
That's such an arbitrary benchmark. I'm so close to starting that show. You know?
It's like, you know when you finally get sold on a show and you're like, I'm going to watch it?
Yeah.
That's where I am. I just haven't done it yet.
That's me with Rick and Morty.
That is also me with Rick and
Really?
Morty.
Let's watch Rick and Morty.
I really want
together.
to.
We would not have time, but
But yeah.
So anyways, I finished watching the second season of that, and I actually remembered this. I feel like I never remember anything about my week until I'm forced to.
Yep.
You mentioned that you had that redeeming quality scene for the mother in the show. I feel like the second season of Stranger Things does a really good job of taking characters you didn't like and showing you something good about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
In a really powerful way that shocked me.
Because it kind of doesn't always need to be done.
Yeah.
But sometimes, let me explain why we decided to do it.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm sorry I'm eating on the air. I haven't had my second dinner yet, so I'm a little hungry.
Trevor's a Hobbit. Speaking of The Hobbit, they're coming out with Lord of the Rings TV show, Amazon. That's a thing. Anyways.
That's actually really cool. I don't watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
but,
neither do I.
No, but I do think that's really... You don't?
I mean, I've seen enough
Yep.
to be dangerous.
So the reason we decided to ultimately put in that moment between the mother and the grandmother is because at the end of the film...
She kills her.
At the end of the film, the granddaughter breaks her grandmother out of the nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends. It doesn't show them go back to the house, none of that.
Yeah.
It ends there. And it left this kind of hole in the plot because it was this mother, without the redeeming quality, just wanted her out. So at the end, without that, it's okay, they broke out of the nursing home. Now the mother's just going to send them back. Just going to send her back. But since we threw in this moment between them, the mother feels genuinely sorry that she's doing this, and she loves the grandmother and stuff. So it leaves a little bit of hope that maybe it'll
No,
work.
that's good.
That's the reason that we decided to
I like that.
do that.
Otherwise, you have a post-credit scene where she's just wheeled back into the nursing home.
You know what I thought would be great?
What?
It's not this kind of film, but I've had it in my head the whole time that. So the end scene is granddaughter is
Yeah.
like running with the wheelchair down the hallway to like break her out.
Mhm.
And the door's open and it like fades to white, kind of, or like just kind of something like that. And it's like, oh, they got out. I always thought it would be great if right after it like faded to white, cuts back in, there's police sirens and police cars. The wheelchair is at like the bottom of a flight of stairs, like on the side, and the grandmother's like laying face down on the ground, and like a medic touches her by the neck, and he's like, "Oh, she's dead." I thought that would be really funny because the whole thing's really like heartwarming. So I
The
was
production
like, "Oh,
value of that
great."
would be crazy.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
if I was the writer of this, I think I would have been like, "Hey, you know what? Let's do this." I think I would have scrapped my idea right when I came up with that.
I like that.
Don't worry, I never actually pushed for that to happen, but
No?
I thought
I'm
about
a little disappointed now.
it. So sorry I interrupted you though about your week.
Oh, I totally forgot I was talking about my week.
Oh yeah.
No. So yeah, Stranger Things.
I need to watch it.
How did we talk about that? I don't even
You said
remember.
redeeming qualities.
Oh, right.
And
And,
that's
then
how-
we
yeah.
elaborated on the mother. Yeah. So I finished watching Stranger Things. I have started watching a show called 6 Feet Under.
I haven't heard of it.
So basically, it's about this family that runs a like funeral home, sort of. But the father in the family dies in the first episode, and so the show is them like in their lives after that, and
That's
just
pretty cool.
family squabbles.
How far are you into that?
I have seen 2 episodes.
Is there anyone in it is it like a Netflix original or?
No. So I think it came out like early 2000s question mark. I'm pretty sure the aspect ratio is still 3:4.
Oh yeah.
Like not HD.
Yep, yeah.
But it'll probably turn into HD at some
Yep,
point.
yeah.
And yeah, I was told Ellen is in it at some point as Ellen.
Oh really?
Yeah.
As Ellen?
As Ellen.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to hear about only that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I want you to tell me about the next time you tell me about this.
Yeah. So what did I do that wasn't about TV shows?
You shot a project? Did you?
I did a lighting project like the
Yeah.
previous week.
Oh, okay. Well, we
Yeah.
didn't have a show.
Oh, you're right. We didn't have a show, so this is 2 weeks.
I didn't see it, but I think I heard of it.
Yeah, someone threw an orange at us.
Oh, I saw that on Snapchat.
Yep.
What happened?
So we were filming in between these 2 buildings, and all of a sudden, like, I wasn't right next to it. I was, like, overworking with one of the lights or something.
Yeah.
But the person with the camera was all of a sudden like, whoa! And there had been, like, a noise right beforehand, and the other guy next to her was also, like, startled.
Yep.
And I was like, what happened? And they were like, an orange just, like, fell right next to us. And we're in the middle of this, like, big patio, like, brick
Yeah.
patio, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there were no just oranges falling from
Someone-
trees or
someone
anything.
threw it, yeah.
Someone threw it. The only thing we weren't sure of at first is if someone threw it, like
not
from half a mile away, just randomly in the
Yeah,
air,
yeah.
or if, like, they tried hitting her. And we're pretty sure they tried hitting her because then we
awful.
looked around at the buildings next to us. Like, it was close. It was, like,
Yeah.
a foot away from her or something. And one of the rooms, right, one of the suite windows wasn't just open, but the screen was lifted up. And they're not supposed to be screens
Yeah,
that lift up.
yep.
The screen was lifted up. And we were, like, walking around, and we started, like, calling up to the window. And the shade slowly lowered, and the window closed.
Yeah, that was it.
So
That's
yep.
awful.
Yep. And I probably should have written them up, but we had to keep filming. So,
Wow.
and then I knocked later, and no one answered, and so.
I would be really mad.
Yep.
Something that I, as a filmmaker now, hate is like, when like we were younger, and like people do this all the time.
I think I know that.
When when there's like
Sorry,
a
that's a stupid joke.
like a news camera, or anyone's filming anything, and someone walks by and they like mess up the shot. And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, I can't stand like that anymore now that I like do this.
yeah.
Like maybe when I was like 10, if I saw a camera, I'd be like
Like
run into the shot and do something funny. But like
Yeah.
I've had that happen so many times that I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Not with oranges. But they were really like, hey, those people are shooting. Let's mess them up.
Right. Like I don't know if we were too loud for them or
I
something.
I bet
like,
they were just like, hey, this will be funny.
Yeah.
That's
so,
stupid.
I don't think they realized one of them was an RA.
Yeah, probably not. That's awful.
So
well, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I got an artsy picture of a crashed orange. Crashed?
I saw that. Crashed.
Oh, yeah. It like when it hit the ground, it popped.
Yeah.
Like there was juices leaking everywhere.
Yeah, there was some force on that.
I tried licking it up, but
to no avail.
To no avail.
So, do you want to play
a game?
Everyone's favorite game?
Oh wait, one more thing. This is a good one. This is a good thing about my weekend that sounds like it should be fake. So me and my girlfriend went to a play. They're doing Into the Woods. Shout out. You should go see it.
I'm seeing that on Thursday.
Really? Yeah. No, it's really good.
With Madison and Nick.
Nice. Highly recommend. So we went to see that. And who should we run into but my sister and her boyfriend
really?
just show up.
Yep. I've told you stories about how I've run into
my sister's boyfriend.
Tim, there was one time where I was at CVS, and I think I've told you this before, but it's just funny. I was at CVS, and I was like, I don't know, I was buying something. I was like in one of the aisles, or I was like at the pharmacy or something. I don't know. And all of a sudden, I feel like breathing on my neck, like so close to me, and I turn around, it's Tim.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he breathed on your neck.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tim for
the neck breather.
I don't know. If you want to reach Tim, he probably has a Twitter.
He does.
I don't know. I would probably only know it if I got a Twitter, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I'll do it right now.
You're going to make a Twitter?
Yeah.
I should probably do that.
I'll make a Twitter right now. If you want to follow, I don't know if I'm allowed to shout out someone else's
I'm sure.
thing.
I'm sure you can.
Follow at Timothy McCallick.
So that's Twitter you're making.
Have fun spelling that.
What are you gonna call your Twitter?
I think I'll do the J Reese at THEJAYREISS.
That's smart.
So you should go follow that right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go unfollow that right now. Okay, I'm gonna make one too. I'm pretty sweaty right now. It's really hot in here. I have a jacket on.
Oh yeah, no,
I
can
play
see
it off
it.
that I'm sweltering.
You look like a really sweltering
And I recently became a priest. I'll do a sweltering dad, as in father. You can follow me on Twitter at sweltering dad. If you have any suggestions during the show, you can go ahead and tweet them at me, and I will be sure to read them out loud. Also, I recently retweeted Jay's first tweet ever.
Did you? Oh yeah, that was funny.
Well, I'm on Twitter. Oh man, what did I just get myself into? I don't know what you thought Twitter was, where you thought you got yourself into something crazy.
They upped the count on Twitter, didn't they?
To like 280 or something?
280, yeah.
Speaking of Twitter, I screenshotted a tweet today.
Really?
Yeah. This is a tweet from POTUS.
Oh, nice. Hey, wait, one more thing before you read that tweet from POTUS. Is that, why would you give him more space to write?
He should have negative characters. Okay, so this is a tweet that I screenshotted from Donald Trump because I thought, if you took out the...
Is this a longer tweet, too?
No, it's not that. I mean, it might be longer than a normal... It's not that
I don't
long.
know if I wonder if I would recognize a longer tweet.
It does look longer than a regular tweet, but
okay.
it's not very long.
Anyways.
But this tweet, my main problem that I'm just thinking of now is if you took out the person he is talking about, so if this was not tweeted by him, this could have been tweeted by an 8th grader about someone they knew, just like talking badly about someone they knew.
I kind of wish you hadn't told me who it was from and just read it.
So it says, why would Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me old when I would never call him short and fat? Oh well, I try so hard to be his friend, and maybe someday that will happen. That's what our president thinks is necessary to tweet.
Wow.
So that's that.
Oh well.
Yeah. And the first response to that is, how the F are you in the White House? So I also saw a tweet of his yesterday where he used the wrong there.
Oh, really?
He used THERE instead of they are.
Oh, nice.
So I was, that's whatever. Hey, you know what? You know what I found recently also? I just found it my camera roll.
Yeah, what?
So, like stoplights, there's like green is go, yellow is yield, and red is stop.
Is go faster? Oh,
well, no, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but on bananas, it's actually the opposite. So
On
a green
bananas?
banana is, hold on. A yellow banana is go ahead, and a red banana is what?
That's good.
So I found that.
Hey, is there... I feel like you once told me a joke. This is something from my past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I've been trying to think of this joke that you told me a long time ago where it has a lot of build-up and then very little payoff.
Yes.
Do you remember it?
The moth
Yeah,
joke.
I thought it had something to do with the moth. Do you remember it?
I mean, I can improvise it. I've done it on the air before. But
You have?
No, I'll do it
Can you
anyway,
do it again?
Yeah. So, a moth walks up to a podiatrist's office and says to the doc says, "Hey, moth, you're not looking too good. What's wrong?" And the moth goes, "Well, doc, I'm having a lot of trouble. Doc. I wake up every day in a malaise, and I, do this and that, and I wander here and there, and I can't come out of it, and, I turn to this woman, Doc, in my bed who I once loved, and, I don't see the woman I once saw. She's old, Doc. She's not the woman I married, and sometimes I catch a glimpse of my face in the bathroom mirror, and I think, what has my life come to? And my daughter, Alexandra, fell ill in the winter of last year, and the cold took her, as it did many of us. And, the real kicker, Doc, the worst part of it all is my youngest son. I no longer love him. And I go to work every day for Mr. Linovich. But for what? For what, Doc? To pay for my retirement that I'll never have? I'll live my whole life and work till the day I die? It's so hard not to reach for that loaded gun under the nightstand. And the doctor says, "Wow, Moth, you got it bad. But I'm a podiatrist. Why the hell did you come into a podiatrist's office?" And the moth goes, "'Cause the light was on."
I was gonna ask, what is a podiatrist?
I don't know.
I can't even.
I just
think
know
of it.
I know that's in the. I know.
It's a thing.
Yeah, but
Maybe
I don't
it's
know what
feet.
it is. Let's see.
Like pedicure.
What is a podiatrist?
All right, here's what I got.
Yeah, foot or ankle surgeon.
Interesting.
Yeah, you were right. Smart.
Surgeon. Wow, that's oddly specific.
Yeah. So that's the moth joke told by Norm Macdonald. It's way better when he does it.
Do you want to hear a joke like that
Yeah.
my father told me?
Sure.
Okay. So there's this guy, right? And
Yeah.
he gets out of work, and he meets up with some of his friends who also just got out of work, and they're like, okay, let's go get something to drink, go to the club, hang out, maybe dance a little bit. And he's like, okay, yeah, cool. So they're walking down the street, and they're going to their favorite club. Now this club, they have special nights that they do sometimes, like they'll do like a karaoke night or like a 80s night or something like that, right? And so this one night, as they're going to the club, it's formal night,
Okay.
But they didn't know this, so they wait in line, and they get up to the front, and they meet the bouncer, and the bouncer says, "Tonight's formal night. You gotta be dressed up really nice to get in." And so he looks at, we'll call the main guy Jeff, okay? The bouncer looks at Jeff's friends, is like, "Yeah, you're all good. You guys can go in." And then he gets to Jeff, and he's like, "Oh, hold up, buddy. You're not dressed up enough to get in there." And Jeff's he's dressed in like some nice clothing. He just came out of work, but it's not like super formal. He doesn't have a tie or dress shoes or anything. And so he's like, "Okay, well, what do you mean? Why am I not dressed up enough?" And he says, "You gotta have a tie, at least. You have to be a tie to be formal enough to get into formal night here at this club." And so Jeff's like, "Come on, please just let me in. Like, please, like, I just want to have fun." Bouncer says, "No deal. You need a tie." So Jeff's like, "All right, fine. I'll be back." And so he walks away from the club. His friends go in and say that they'll wait for him. So he walks like up and down this street, like passing shops, trying to find somewhere where he can buy a tie. But everywhere is like closing now. It's pretty late, and he can't find a tie shop for the life of him. Any clothing store, they're all out of ties. And so he's looking around. He stops some people on the street and is like, "Hey, I'll give you money if you just give me your tie." And everyone's like, "You're crazy, dude." And so
been there.
And that's the punchline.
Ben Hare. Okay, keep going.
Okay, and so he shout out to high school. And so he's walking around and he can't find a tie, and so he's like, "You know what? I'll go to my car." So he heads back towards the direction of the club, but he doesn't want to be seen by the bouncer yet, so he like ducks around a different street and gets into the parking lot behind the club where his car is parked. And he's looking through his car on the off chance that like he'd left a tie in there from some other day at work, and there's no ties or anything. And he's like really disappointed. He opens up the trunk and looks around and can't really find a tie or anything that would work. But then he finds he has jumper cables in the back of his car. And so he says, "Okay, well these jumper cables might work. They might pass." So he takes the jumper cables and he wraps them around his neck and makes a knot and like straightens it out, gets it all nice and neat. But obviously, I mean, these are jumper cables. Right. It's not a tie. But maybe the bouncer will buy it. And so he gets back in line and waits a few minutes while everyone else gets sent past the bouncer into the club. And so finally he gets up to the bouncer and he's like, "All right, can I go in?" And the bouncer's like, "Oh, hold up. You need a tie, remember?" And Jeff says like, "Well, what are you talking about? I have a tie right here, see?" And the bouncer says, "No, those are jumper cables. What are you talking about?" And Jeff's like, No, I promise that these are like quality ties. It's a new trend. Like, by next week, you'll see everyone wearing these. I promise. It's like going to be a fad." And the bouncer's like, "That's not a thing." And Jeff's like pleading and begging. And he's like, "Please, I want to go in and have a good time. This is a tie. I promise. I swear to you." And so the bouncer's like, all right. I've heard enough. You know what? Fine. You can go in. Just don't start anything.
That's great. I love that. That's awesome. I was waiting I was like, what? I was trying to figure out
what it would be.
The punchline, and that's great. I have a word from the wise to read to you real quick.
That should be a segment.
Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster the most.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster the most.
So let me see if I get that right. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more.
The most.
The most.
Yeah.
Oh.
My uncle wrote that on Facebook.
I like that. Word from the
I don't
wise.
know if he came up with it, but here, wait. I know just the end of a joke, so I'm trying to find the real version of the joke.
Oh, hey, did I miss a call from you?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was walking over probably. My phone is silenced.
Okay, I've got a joke.
Okay.
A string walks up to a bar with a few friends and orders a beer. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve strings here." The string goes back to his table. He ties himself in a loop and messes up the top of his hair. He walks back up to the bar and orders a beer. The bartender squints and looks at him and says, "Hey, aren't you that string?" And he says, "Nope, I'm afraid not."
That's clever.
Yeah. So
afraid.
Do you want to play your game?
Oh, yes. Okay. Those are good. Those are good jokes.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
like that. All right.
I like how we came to telling jokes on the show. Like that wasn't a plan.
Right? No. All right. Here we go.
What are
Welcome back to everybody's favorite game. What are you chewing on?
The one game where we have a separate intro for, and that is very loud. I really hope our YouTube video doesn't get flagged for having that song. Now that I think about it, I don't know.
Maybe not with that much of it.
Hopefully not. Anyways,
find out.
It's a good song. We should promote it sometime. So, what are you chewing on? Are you ready? I was at Market Basket an hour ago, and just doing my own
Should I get a
grocery
trash
shopping.
can in case I'm gonna need to spit it out?
If you want, it's not that bad.
I'll deal with it.
Yeah, and
Here,
I'll
you know
try
what?
it too.
If you're gonna try it too, I'm not that worried about it.
Out of all the things we've tried, I'm not least worried about that. Yeah, you know, yeah, I'm pretty least worried.
Worst case scenario, I'll spit it in here.
Okay, cool. So, but you can't see it.
My eyes are shut.
Okay. I'm gonna have to undo this.
I've got a fun game after this.
Okay.
Mine's an online game.
An online game, you don't say.
Yeah. I told you about it on the last show, but you probably don't remember. And I didn't say I was going to do it. So you'll find out when I bring it up.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Ooh. Okay, that's not horrible. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's leaking. That was an unforeseen circumstance. A leakage. I have to kind of stir this thing up. Oh, God. Also, I'm going to have to feed it to you on a spoon.
I'm worried. I forget. I was really excited for this game, and as soon as I said it, and you're like, oh, yeah, and you played the intro, I was like, oh,
Keep your
I
eyes
forgot
closed.
that I'm supposed to not like this.
Ready? Listen to this.
See, I just hear metal. I hear, the sound of a spoon.
Yep.
Am I eating a spoon?
No, you're not eating a spoon.
Nothing can ever match the clam juice.
No.
If I
This is
didn't,
pretty bad.
if I didn't know what the clam juice
I have a
was,
little bit of a napkin too.
if I didn't know it was clam juice before I had it, things would have been different. But as soon as I felt the bottle,
Yeah.
I knew.
You knew what it was because you had seen it in the grocery store.
Yeah, I saw it in that aisle when I felt it. I was like, "That's what this is."
You know, I bet we have a lot of radio shows just sitting on your computer.
We probably do.
We should just go find them sometime and upload them without
We
numbers.
definitely do.
All right, ready? Do you want to smell it first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna put it under your nose. Tell me what you think. You smell it?
Yeah, I recognize the scent.
I did too. I thought it was something different when I smelled it, but I know that it's this thing, and I
Okay.
smell it now.
I'm ready.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. I don't want to give you too much. I don't want to be mean. All right, ready?
Mhm.
Here we go. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He spit it up! Oh no! Now I'm afraid to try it. Is it really that bad?
Can I guess what it is?
Yeah.
Is it cat food?
No.
Ooh.
I would not be that mean.
It's human food?
Well, in a way. I had to. Here, ready?
I didn't spit this anywhere, did I?
No. It's
Okay.
just in the cup.
Because the way you reacted at first, I thought that I spit it
No.
on you.
No. Do you want another?
No.
But here comes the plane.
I'm not eating any more of that.
Here comes the train.
I think
Trevor.
I think I wasn't expecting liquid, and that was my problem.
Trevor. Here comes the train.
I'm not doing it.
No, do you have a guess of what it is?
Can I
Here
smell it
comes
again?
The train.
Is that a hint?
Wide. Yeah.
The train.
Choo choo, open up. Here it comes. Gotta feed you with a spoon.
I don't know. Oh, is it baby food?
Yeah, it's baby food.
Oh, God.
I am so sorry.
Oh, it's this. Now that I know that, I bet I could take a bite and it would be fine.
Yeah.
But without knowing what it was.
Oh yeah. The texture freaked you out. No, yeah, it's
I'm just gonna throw this away because I don't want to have to look at this for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, it was knowing it's baby food. I almost guarantee I could take a bite and be fine with it now.
Do you want to try a bite?
Maybe. Let me throw this away first.
Do you want to know what flavor it is?
Oh. Hi.
This is so funny.
Do we have someone in the station?
Yeah, I heard it.
Hi. We have a guest in the station.
She's like, this is so funny.
Do you have the show after us?
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh, nice. That's so exciting. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for listening.
What's your name?
Mia.
Do you want to try the food?
That's baby food. I've been listening.
Was that a no?
I guess so.
Our guest Mia doesn't want any. All right, that's okay. Yeah. So this is an unconventional baby food flavor.
Is it like? Is there meat in it?
It's turkey and turkey broth.
It's awful. It looks like mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like turkey. Okay, should I try some?
You want this?
Yeah.
In case you need to spit it out, because I
had to
don't
spit it
know.
out. All right. The smell doesn't. It's not that bad knowing it's turkey.
No, not knowing what it was, I was prepared for the absolute worst.
Yeah. All right, ready? I think you could definitely tolerate it now, knowing what it is.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Oh goodness.
But
it's bad.
I definitely could.
It's just like, it's like blended turkey.
Well, see, your
That's
mind
really what it is.
Your mind jumps to
Like seafood.
the absolute worst.
Oh yeah.
Like I imagine just the taste of that liquid.
Yeah.
I
I had to stir it up. There was so much
imagined
liquid.
a brown like runoff from some kind of nasty meat. That's like what I had anticipated.
Don't worry, Mia. We'll leave some in the studio for you to have after, because we know you really want to try it. So, anyways, yeah,
I'm cleansing my palate
with cheese.
With cheese and grapes.
And grapes.
Well, good pick.
Right?
Because normally I like the stuff you give me.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. Like, it's nice when I get something that I like. Because I don't always expect to, like, have to spit it out.
Yeah. So I'm surprised. I thought I usually give you things that are, like, horrible. So I'm like, oh, I'll be nice. This is not that bad.
Well, normally I can eat them, though, you know?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
this, like, you would assume this is probably better than the other things you've given me.
Isn't that so interesting that, like, we feed this to babies? Like, I mean, they don't know any better.
You know
I
what?
suppose,
You know what I was thinking about today?
What?
Your Walmart baby.
Ooh, yes.
Thing. Do you want to talk
Should I
about that
explain
while I pull up my game?
Oh my goodness, I totally want to talk about that because I came up with an even crazier thought going off of that today, and it's gonna mess with you. Okay. It messed with me. Maybe it'll mess with you. Okay. So the Walmart baby, like little spiel I give. So. Okay, so we're all made out of like atoms and molecules and little nutrient things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so are our cells and everything that makes you in your physical body.
Mm-hmm.
And we get that stuff by eating food. You know, we eat food and our bodies take some of those materials, like the physical stuff of the food, and use it to like create cells and replace things and make our physical body. Like your entire body, like you're at an age now where every single thing in your body is something you once ate.
Yeah, it's directly.
Yeah.
It's there
Yeah.
specifically because
Exactly.
I've sustained myself by eating.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, good job. Good job sustaining yourself. And so
Over sustained.
and so when you think about it, like a pregnant mother, right, is just eating food, and that food is helping to create her baby over the course of 9 months. Okay, but now let's think of this. If you took someone, okay, a woman who was like became pregnant like the night before or something, you know?
Let's say a Walmart employee who
Sure.
stayed after hours and conceived a child inside of Walmart.
Yeah,
Never even
even
left.
better.
And she's been living inside there secretly.
You're right. No one even knows.
Yep.
Okay? Because she's been stealing food and living in Walmart for a long time. And you know what? She does it for another 9 months
Yep.
after getting pregnant. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All that food that she stole from the Walmart shelves and ate is what is creating that baby. She doesn't eat any food from anything else,
Yep.
right? So 9 months later, when she has that baby and gives birth to it, that baby is a Walmart food baby.
Yep.
Because it is made out of solely things that were once on the shelves of Walmart.
And is probably to some degree owned and manufactured by the Walmart company.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not technically hers anymore. She
It
stole those
belongs
things.
to the Mart family.
Yeah.
Or the Wall family. It's the Wall family.
That'd be a really like interesting philosophical thing, because like like, at what point does something you stole stop being stolen and start being yours? Because if you, I bet you could trick someone into agreeing that, yeah, the baby's owned by Walmart. If you were like, you know, if you were
I think
9 months, it's still stolen.
I think the catch there is that child doesn't, like, no one belongs to anyone but themselves.
Yeah.
So the child is its own person. It just needs to be, like, watched by
a stolen
someone,
person.
you know. So you want to play my game?
Yes,
which
let's play your
which
game.
could potentially take us to the end of the show.
No, yeah, perfect.
So
and we can end a little early too if we need.
So this is there's this website called Clickhole, which is similar to The Onion, and it's a satirical website. They post satirical stories, but The Onion posts a lot of games.
It's the only real news I read.
It's the Clickhole isn't so much straight satirical content. Some of it's just like funny, ridiculous games, kind of like a Facebook quiz type thing, but they're more
or like the BuzzFeed quiz I made you do last time.
Yeah, but it's like it's more like a play as you go.
Okay.
It's kind of like a story. You know the choose your own stories?
Oh, yeah.
It's like one of those, kind of. Okay?
Okay.
So you ready for the title?
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is read you each scenario, and there will be options that you can pick, and I will read you the options you can pick.
Okay.
So you are the Cannibal Lobster-Man of New England. Can you become the Governor of Maine?
I saw this quiz, and I didn't do it, and I'm so happy I didn't do it, because now I will. Okay.
Hubris Laboratories, outskirts of Augusta, Maine. The only option you have here is the word hunger.
Hunger.
In all caps.
Yes, I choose hunger. I'm the Cannibal Lobster-Man.
You look down at your powerful affront to God body. You've spent your entire life imprisoned in this glass tank, hungering for human flesh.
Mm-hmm.
The scientists only feed you pellets. You don't want pellets. And today is the day you finally can't take it anymore. You hear the sounds of a tour group approaching your glass prison. Again, the only option is hunger.
Hunger.
The tour leader brings the tour group right up next to your tank. Welcome to Hubris Laboratories, the most advanced science research center and only science research center in Maine, he says. To start off our tour, I'm proud and ashamed to show you our Cannibal Lobster-Man. Hunger.
Hunger. I like all the backstory.
This is a vial of lobster DNA, the substance we squirted into a human embryo to make our Cannibal Lobster-Man. A little-known fact about lobsters is that they're biologically immortal. That means they don't die of old age and will live forever unless something kills them. We had hoped to combine lobster and man to discover the secrets of eternal life, but instead, we combined lobster and man into a lobster-man. That was our greatest triumph at our most horrific mistake.
Okay.
Guess the option.
Hunger.
Don't be afraid. The lobster-man is behind a pane of solid glass.
Break glass.
The same material windows are made out of, so you're perfectly safe. Feel free to get closer and bother it. Hunger.
Hunger.
Tap on the glass. Show it your succulent human flesh. Taunt the Cannibal Lobster-Man. All of these activities are fun and encouraged. As long as the Cannibal Lobster-Man doesn't break the glass, everything will be fine. Break the glass or don't break the glass.
Break the glass. How else am I going to be the mayor?
Oh no, this is bad. The Cannibal Lobster-Man broke the glass. It's not supposed to do that. And now it's a speech. This is an option to say something.
Okay.
And there's only one option here. Hunger, want, eat.
Hunger, want, eat.
It looks like the Cannibal Lobster-Man we created is going to eat us, shouts the scientist giving the tour. I agree with you, screams his colleague. The Cannibal Lobster-Man hungers. The Cannibal Lobster-Man hungers for human flesh, and we're made out of that stuff.
We are.
Your option is to eat the scientists.
Eat the scientists.
You chew, you gnaw. The flesh of the scientists fills your crustacean gullet. Your hunger is sated. For now. Now that your mind isn't overcome by a primal hunger for human flesh, you can consider more intellectual topics. Who are you, really? What does it mean to be neither lobster nor man, but a lobster man? Does your life have a grander purpose than just eating humans? You can either say, who am? Or You can eat some more scientists while you ponder these philosophical questions.
Eat all of the scientists.
You greedily stuff several more scientists into your mandibles and chow down on their savory human flesh. Now you can say, where belong?
Where belong.
Or you can devour a few more.
Devour a few more.
You rend apart more scientists with your mighty claws and slurp down their tissues and juices with your undulating mouth parts. Now you only have one option. Mournfully thump your crimson tail while wondering what life goal you should pursue, and also sucking the marrow out of scientist bones.
That's the one.
You're our hero, Cannibal Lobster-Man, cheer the group of tourists, interrupting your cannibalistic feast. You should have eaten us, but you didn't, because you ate those scientists instead. You can either say, meat good, or unintelligible clicking.
Unintelligible clicking.
We're going to tell everyone that Cannibal Lobster-Man is an upstanding person who only eats some of the people around him. Maine could use a governor like you. Have you ever considered running for office? You can consider running for office, or you can eat one of the tourists.
Oh, goodness. This is tough. I'm going to consider running for office.
Consider running for office. Could this be your purpose in life? To represent the good citizens of Maine as their governor?
Yes.
It's a big responsibility,
yes.
But you feel you're up to the challenge.
Yes.
Jump through the window, so...
you'll
never
a time
get
check, by the way.
I know, we got
feel
3
bad for
minutes.
that, yeah.
You'll never get elected, though, if you just hang out in a laboratory and consume people. Your next step should be to head to Maine state capital of Augusta and start your gubernatorial campaign.
Heck
What
yeah.
is that?
That's for governor.
So, yeah, we're done.
Finish. I'm serious. I want to hear this, and I can run late because no one's after me.
Okay.
You sure?
I'm
Okay.
dying out here. I feel like I'm watching Rick and Morty.
That is the best compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
Shout out to Maria. She's Mia? I'm so sorry. What's her name?
I think she said Mia.
Mia, you're the real MVP.
Okay, so jump through the window. This is your only option. Jump through the window, fall 30 feet to the street, and sprint down the highway toward Augusta, where you're going to go run for governor.
Yeah.
So you bound down the highway at 80 miles per hour, passing cars and trucks honk greetings at you, displaying the famous friendliness that Maine is known for.
Yeah.
You clack your claws to say hello and keep running, or you screech an ear-piercing friendly wail and keep running.
I gotta be friendly, my friendly wail for them. That way they vote for me.
Okay. After a short while, you reach the Maine State House. Since you were spawned in a lab, you spent your whole life inside a glass tank. You aren't quite sure how the electoral process of becoming governor works. You can either say, me governor, or you can spray seductive urine out of your face glands onto the steps of the Maine Capitol building.
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. You piss alluring pheromone-filled urine onto the Capitol building until both of your bladders are empty. But you
do lobsters have multiple bladders?
I guess so.
Okay.
But you still don't seem to be governor. Maybe you should ask someone how to run for office. This is your only option. Lurch toward a nearby single mother who is struggling to make ends meet in this economy.
Okay.
Lobster-Man, I'm a struggling single mother of 4 darling boys, and I have to work 2 jobs as a waitress and a vascular surgeon just to put food on the table. I'm also working a 3rd job as a roofer for fun, but I hate my other 2 jobs and have to do them because I'm poor due to Maine's busted economy.
Hunger.
You can say, me. That's your only option.
Okay, yeah.
Maine's economy is completely reliant on the beached whales that wash ashore. Every job in this state depends on harvesting the bounty of rotting whale meat. Practically everything here is made out of beached whales, from the blubber burgers sold in restaurants to the whale oil that fuels our cars.
Naturally.
To the whaleskin pants I'm wearing right now. There used to be plentiful whales flopping on every beach in Maine, but in recent years, whales unfortunately only beach themselves a few times a week. You can say, or you can say, shh.
The first one. I think it's more formal.
Okay, I agree. Can you help us, Cannibal Lobster-Man? Can you fix Maine's economy and make voters like me believe in the American dream again? You can either say, Governor, me, or you can eat the struggling single mother.
Oh man, that's a really tough choice. I'm gonna have to say Governor me.
Okay. Oh, congrats, you've locked the Super Clicker badge. Thank you, Cannibal Lobster-Man. With you in the governor's office, there may be hope for Maine after all.
Hunger.
You can either say, how, governor, or you can eat the struggling single mother.
Now I need to eat the struggling single mother.
Okay. You pounce on the struggling single mother and tear into her torso with your claws and antennae, then poke out the pulsating organs within. The human flesh is delicious, but now you'll have to find someone else to ask about becoming governor. Amble over to a savvy political advisor who's hanging out in front of the Capitol
How
building.
convenient, yes. Hunger.
Cannibal Lobster-Man, your poll numbers are soaring, the political advisor says. The news of how you didn't eat everybody at the laboratory is blowing up across the web. You have support among key demographics that don't want to be eaten and approve of the fact that you haven't eaten very many people yet. If you play your cards right, I think you have a real shot at becoming governor. I would be honored to serve as your campaign manager. And you can either say how, governor, or you can eat the political advisor's hand.
I'm going to say just his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? I was going to say, like, I should probably let him live.
You lean forward with your razor-sharp mandibles and bite off the political advisor's hand.
I hope he takes it as a gift.
Yes, this is exactly the kind of passion the voters are looking for. He cheers as blood spurts from his severed wrist. They want a governor who makes bold moves and isn't afraid to speak his mind. Now that your only option is how, governor.
How, governor. Good. We finally got around to it.
Before you can run for office, you have to get some money, your political advisor says. Money is the rectangles that make people do things.
Oh, good.
Once you get money, you can buy TV commercials that will tell voters to elect you as governor. You can say, where get money, or you can vomit up bones.
I'm going to say vomit up bones.
You vomit dozens of human bones onto the political advisor's feet. He patiently awaits for you to finish. Then your only option is where, get, and then 6-minute-long retching noise, and then you say money.
That.
Politicians get all of their money from one of two sources. The first is to get your money from a corporation, which is a group of businessmen who live in a skyscraper. Corporations have lots of money to hand out, but they'll also make you promise to let them pollute as much as they want once you're governor. Your only option is other option.
Mm-hmm.
The other source of money is unions, which are groups of people who like to wear hard hats. Unions can give you money, but they'll make you promise that once you're governor, nobody will ever get fired from their job ever again. Unfortunately, corporations and unions are arch enemies, so you can't take money from both. You'll have to choose one financer and stick with them. So you can accept money from corporations, you can accept money from unions, or you can stick to your principles and refuse to be bribed.
Stick to my principles and refuse to be bribed.
By refusing to accept money from your corporations or unions, you foolishly deemed your bid for governor. Grassroots donations from voters only raise enough for a mayoral campaign, and you are elected the mayor of Bangor, Maine. Your
But not
quest
all of Maine.
for the Maine governor's office has failed.
Oh, no. I guess I'm not the Cannibal Lobster mayor or
After
governor.
all.
That's sad.
Well, that took us to...
I'm going to have to play this again until I win.
Yeah, we can start over at the checkpoint next time.
Okay.
That's an option.
Really?
Yeah.
We should do
Unless
that.
you want, we should probably let her get on.
Yeah, no, okay.
So, yeah, well, thank you all for tuning in to our
listening.
show. And once again, thank you for starting your week off with us.
Yeah.
We today was a little longer than normal, but thanks for tuning in. And shout out to Mia for letting us run a little overtime.
She's the real MVP.
Yeah, so awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next Monday.